Dave Roberts, and right now he's talking with Kirsten and the media.
Well, Dave, obviously ahead of the game we talked about just playing here and how it could maybe look a little bit different. Was it essentially just as you expected when you looked at maybe some of that soft contact, especially off of Eric Lauer, that maybe felt just a little unlucky for him?
Yeah, I thought, early he got behind a lot. They did a good job of just putting the bat on the ball, finding some outfield grass. I'm really happy that he kind of found his way right of the ship and then, got through 6 innings for us. But, yeah, I thought tonight it was a great environment. We certainly, as a Dodge, were pretty well represented, and it was good to see the offense come to life. I thought Max, big homer, Shohei, big homer, Andy with the big homer, and then we just took good at-bats all night long. Kyle had some good at-bats, so yeah, solid game.
Even within there, you talk about the offense, but how good is it when you have someone like Teoscar Hernandez comes back in the lineups and is able to produce things early?
It was good. He was anxious to get back and got a left-handed starter, took some really good at-bats, and it was good to get him back in the mix, and he's certainly a presence.
There's a lot of contact in Eric Lauer's stat line, but at the end of the day, it's still another quality start. When the front office signed him, it was essentially to shore up these innings in the back end of the rotation. How critical has it been that he's been able to do so?
It's been critical. Certainly, every time he takes the ball, it seems like he's going 6 innings, and he's given us some length. We're in the middle of 13 in a row, and so coming out of that San Diego series, got those guys again for 4. So for him to kind of be a little bit shaky early, not get the strikeouts, but still, take down 18 outs was big. And, that's what he signed up for, and he's been nothing but impressive for us.
So about as good as we've seen Shohei hit a ball this year?
Yeah, that was a good one. You could just see that he was kind of sizing up that slider, and he left it up and put a really good swing on it. So Shohei's been on the heater. He's, the last 6 weeks, he's been, the best player in baseball.
Even the other day you said he's still not in 100%. How much is he now?
No, I don't think he's 100% with his knee. But as far as like his swing mechanics, where he's at, he's on balance. He's 100% in the box, though.
Now Shohei is two home runs away from 300. How special is it for him?
It's very special for him. It's just another milestone, and he's got there pretty quickly, and I hope we see it tomorrow.
How about you?
I am. I'd like to get it out of the way tomorrow too, but quite the accomplishment. I'm pretty excited.
Dave, what's your thoughts about the ballpark here?
I love it. I think that the Athletics, Major League Baseball, did a fantastic job as far as our accommodations. Playing surface is great. The fan base is always great. The A's fan base is always great. Good energy. It plays great. So my first time, really impressed. Very happy to be here in Sacramento. It's a great city.
What if the crowds felt like this road trip, especially with even like in San Diego, kind of how Dodger heavy they've been? Have you guys been able to feel that when you're playing? We have.
This, San Diego is certainly more partial to the Padres, obviously, but here, I think we got market share tonight. It was fun. A lot of people don't get a chance to see us play, so people up here in this area, Northern California, get to see us, get to see Shohei put on a show. So that was a lot of fun tonight.
Dodgers were down 3-2 going to the 4th inning of this game, and they used the long ball to flip the script on the game. Nomar with Max Muncy tying it, and then Andy Pages for the lead.
And the opposing pitcher, Jump, had not given up a long ball all season, and the Dodgers were able to take advantage, and they utilized long ball. We have to break this down, Access 360, because it wasn't just Shohei. I know they were asking about Shohei, and understandably so. We understand that, but he wasn't the only one who hit the ball a long way. Matter of fact, here was the first one. This is Max Muncy. Gets a fastball. This is a 1-2 count. Gets a fastball on the inner half, and does an excellent job keeping his head down on the ball, on contact, barreling this up, barrel through the ball and driving it to right center. Just a pretty swing. We've talked an awful lot this year about Max Muncy's swing and where it's at, and him just squaring this ball up and hitting it a long way, 422 for a souvenir, just right over the bullpen out there in right center. And then Andy Pages. Andy Pages, when you look at this swing here, It's a 2-0 count. This is usually when you're looking fastball as a hitter, and you get a slider underneath the hands, and you still are able to barrel it up and drive it out. You can see it's down and in, yet he gets the barrel there, head down, on contact, same thing, through the ball, driving it out to left field, keeping it fair. Kind of leaking a little bit when you think you're 2-0. You try to tell yourself, stay on the ball, stay in, don't open up too quickly. He did not on that breaking ball. Great job by both those guys.
Did an incredible job with that swing there, Pages. Very impressive.
Dodgers win it 9-4, and it was Andy Pages with that 3-run shot tonight. His first Dodgers hit right on the number, 7 strikeouts tonight, which means tomorrow you can go to Jack in the Box. Get a free Jumbo Jack with the purchase of a large drink at an LA area restaurant. Eric Lauer started, only had 2 strikeouts, but the bullpen came in and got the other 5 we all needed to get some free Jumbo Jacks tomorrow. Dodgers 9-4 over the A's. Eric Lauer now 3-0 as a Dodger, and he's speaking with Kirsten and the media.
Eric, when you look at just how this game started and your outing started, it was a lot of soft contact. Unfortunately, it did land for hits, but did it just feel kind of like, considering how soft the contact was, a little unlucky for you to start this one?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good way of putting it. It felt like it was, just getting singled to death, which, I mean, it'll happen, but you just try to make pitches and make sure that you're, executing good pitches. Sometimes that kind of stuff happens, but as long as they're not, as long as you're keeping soft contact in play, I think it's, eventually it'll work out in our favor, and I think it did overall.
Was that an adjustment that you made, or did you kind of just stick to your approach and then look for just a different contact?
No, I think I just stuck to my approach and made sure that I was, focusing on executing pitches and letting my defense work behind me, and I knew eventually they would start going at people instead of, right in the right spots for them.
They're pretty clear about the role they need you to fill. Since then, you've been able to do so thanks to a couple of adjustments and overall execution. How much pride do you take in knowing that you've been able to give them exactly what they've needed?
I think it's a big point for me to make sure that I'm going out there and doing my job every day. It's what I try to do every time, and just making sure I'm putting the team in a position to win the game is pretty much my job, and I think so far I've done a good job of that, and making sure that I'm able to stay in the game long enough to save the bullpen a couple innings is always a positive, and I've been really happy with the way I've been executing pitches, especially with the adjustments that I've made after coming here. So overall, I feel like I'm in a really good spot, and I think I'm doing my job well.
Yeah, and Eric Lauer talking about doing his job and how that's important to him, Adrian. The Dodgers are 6-0 when he pitches, so he's not only doing his job, but he's doing it in a way that's not flashy, but very effective at the same time.
Yeah, very effective. You don't have to be striking out everybody or throwing the fastball by people. If you can execute, we've seen plenty of great left-handed pitchers that do this type of job, and he is doing it extremely well. He talks about he feels like he's doing his job well. Well, yes, you are, Eric. You're doing your job extremely well. I mean, just attacking hitters, using all 4 quadrants of the strike zone, changing speeds. You see the curveball right here. You see the high fastball. You got the cutter. You got the changeup. You got all those weapons that you can go attack the hitters with. And if you keep mixing it up and down, in and out, you end up with a pitch like this where you freeze him because you throw a great pitch. He's probably looking middle away, and you freeze him with a breaking pitch right there. He's done an incredible job in just attacking, knowing that he's not going to overpower them, but he's going to get that weak contact. So it's been great to see. I mean, I don't know the exact adjustments he made since he came here, but he's done an incredible job.
Yeah. When he came over, one was about change of scenery, because what we're seeing, he's had that in him before. So this is not like all of a sudden, wow, Eric Lauer just becomes this pitcher who gets guys out going deep into ball games. This is what he was. And then he struggled over there, Toronto, and then he comes over here, and pitchers, when they're struggling, just like hitters, are thinking about adjustments. What adjustments can I make? There's certain things I'm thinking about doing or trying to do. Then when he comes over to the Dodgers, he talks to the pitching staff, it mentions about some of the things he's wanted to do, and it ends up being that's exactly what they wanted him to do as well. So when you have that type of communication, also that confidence in a staff and an organization that has been successful like the Dodgers, you're going, all right, let's go out there, and also who can help you with those adjustments and recognizing it. I think that was just a good mesh right there, and you were seeing the success to get him back to what he is confident in what he's done in the past. So I don't think he's necessarily surprised it. He just likes going, this is who I am, and my job is to go out there, pitch deep in the ball games, give the team a chance to win, and he's done that since he's been in that Dodger uniform.
You guys talk a lot about professional hitters. He's kind of like a professional pitcher.
Absolutely.
He's a crafty left-hander, he's getting it done ever since putting on that Dodger uniform. The Dodgers hit 3 more home runs tonight, all of them from guys who should be future All-Star starters in a couple weeks in Philadelphia. Max Muncy, Andy Pages, and Shohei. Dodgers over the A's 9-4. Access Sports. Let's hear from the future All-Star right now with Kirsten and the media.
Andy, obviously you've seen this offense really get going as of late, but for you also, how are you just feeling at the plate, and especially seeing the long ball come back tonight?
La ofensiva está tirando en todo ahorita, está haciendo todo bien. Pero tú, ¿cómo te sientes en el plato ahorita en estos últimos juegos?
He estado un poco, digamos, un poco mal, pero me he estado sintiendo mejor la última semana. Estoy tratando de salir de esa racha, digamos, pero bastante mejor ahora.
Yeah, I felt like I was going really bad for a little while, trying to get out of that bad funk. But, the last week or so, I feel like I'm getting a little bit more comfortable, a little bit better with my at-bats.
What do you think kind of maybe led to just getting back on track for you then?
¿Qué es lo que piensas que te ha ayudado para regresar a como estabas gritando antes?
En verdad, sí, lo único que he estado es tratando de poner mi mecánica donde estaba. Hay algunas cosas que estaban fuera de lugar, pero yo creo que ahora mismo estamos en un punto donde quiero estar.
Yeah, just trying to get my mechanics back on track. I felt like I was a little bit out of rhythm, but just getting my mechanics back where they were used to be has really helped out.
They lost a fly ball in the sun early in the game. How tough was the outfield out there?
¿Qué es las dificultades en el jardín central o en los jardines en la noche con este estadio?
Es un poquito diferente, ya que te da la sensación como que no sabes dónde va a picar la bola. No sabes si la bola está adelante o está atrás, pero digamos que simplemente tiene que tratar de agarrarla.
Yeah, there's some difficulties with the trajectory of the ball. You don't know if it's going to land forward or go backwards. So kind of getting those reads early is really helped. But some of those things you can't really see until you're actually out there.
There's been a few different guys who have kind of struggled when they've been hitting second in the lineup. For you, has there been anything different hitting in that spot, or has it just kind of been coincidence that the last couple weeks, the results have been more up and down since you've been there?
Hay muchos de los jugadores este año que cuando están bateando segundo no les han salido los resultados. ¿Tú piensas que eso te ha afectado a ti en la mala racha o qué puedes decir sobre bateando segundo?
Yo no diría que no, simplemente me tocó ahora y me tocó este momento, pero tengo la confianza de que las cosas seguirán saliendo y volveré a esa buena forma donde estaba.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of a coincidence. I felt like I was in a bad stretch, but I felt very comfortable tonight and felt comfortable over the last few days, and I feel like I'm going to get back on track.
Are you happy because Teo's back?
Yeah.
There's just been so much talk about the All-Star game, you being a finalist. What would it mean to you to be named an All-Star?
¿Qué significaría para ti llegar al Juego de las Estrellas?
Obviamente sería mi primera. Bastante agradecido y emocionado de ver si puedo lograrlo, pero en verdad no pienso mucho en eso, no veo resultados, no veo nada de eso. Simplemente el día que den los resultados, pues si me toca, y si no, pues no.
Yeah, no, it would be my first. It would mean a lot to me. Make me very happy to actually get a chance to be in the All-Star game. But it's something that I don't really think about. It's something that like I've said before, it's not something that I focus on. I'm just focused on doing my job and doing what I need to do to prepare. And then if that happens, it'd be great. But I'm not really focused on that.
The big storyline ahead of this game was the return of Teoscar Hernandez, and we talked on the pregame show, Nomar, about how red hot he was before he injured the hamstring. He was hitting .375 over his 14-game period before he went on the IL. Looked like tonight he picked up right where he left off those first 2 at-bats.
Well, also before the game, he's getting interviewed where this time, being on the IL, he wanted to make sure that not only was he is close to 100% as he could be with the injury, but also to get some work where he wasn't trying to find it when he came back off the IL. And he did get those work done down. He had 4 games down there in the rehab, was swinging the bat really well, and kind of picked up right there as well. So when you have that, when you have those games, it gives you confidence. You're like, okay, my injury, but I'm swinging the bat where I was prior to going on the IL. You're doing that in the minor leagues, and then he carried over into this game, looked really good. I really like that one where he drove the ball the other way, line drive. That's Teo.
Yeah, that is absolutely Teo. Both of those hits right there, line drive up the middle, line drive the other way. When he is red hot, he is hitting the ball to right center, and those 2 swings right there are exactly where he needs to be. He's going to come on. He's going to come off this IL. Today was a start, but it's going to continue on for a long time.
One of 8 Dodgers with a multi-hit game tonight in Sacramento. Coming up after the break, we'll have some fun. Continue his all-star push, tied for the major league lead in wins among starting pitchers. He has 9. He beat the Twins last time out in Minnesota. No, Marshall, how can Robo keep it rolling?
Whatever he's been doing, ask him, like, what have you been doing? Do more of it.
Don't change a thing.
Don't change a thing. Whatever your work is in between, whatever your focus, whatever your thought process is, keep the routine going because he looks great. Keep attacking the hitters. Keep staying the same, Robo, because it's fun to watch.
Absolutely. Continue doing what you're doing. Attack the hitters. Mix it up. You're doing an incredible job. There's nothing we can say other than keep going.
All right. For Nomar, Adrian, and Kirsten, I'm John. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow pregame at 5:30 on Sportsnet LA.
A team like the offense, as such as the Dodgers, he's going to have to pitch perfectly to win. I mean, that's just the way he pitches. And he can do it. He's done it many, many times. So asking him to step forward tomorrow and take this team on his back for a game because they're going to need it.
Let's hear from Mark Kotsay.
Start with Gage Jump, obviously up against a tough lineup tonight. How do you see his outing overall today?
You know, I mean, overall he battled. He competed. He didn't have his best stuff tonight, execution-wise. I didn't think the breaking ball was kind of inconsistent. The changeup really couldn't land, so he was really up against it, just trying to battle. You know, against this team, we talk a lot about just trying to be perfect, trying to play a good, clean, crisp game. You know, the pitch to Muncy, obviously he's trying to elevate that pitch, misses location, and these guys are really good at mislocation balls in the middle. They do damage, and you know, we gave up 3 homers tonight on mistakes.
For Cordero, 3 hits. What do you think of his first major league game?
No, you know, for a young man to take a flight, land at 4 o'clock this afternoon, be prepared to have this type of performance. It says a lot about him. Slow heartbeat. Obviously, you know, he's prepared for this moment his whole life, and to go out and throw out 3 hits, you know, on his debut is pretty special.
What could you say about Morris? He gave you 3 innings there.
Thought Morris did a great job outside the leadoff walk to Tucker, which, you know, Tuck challenged a pitch that was borderline to continue the at bat, and you know, I mean, I think, you know, Kay did a great job of just of keeping us, you know, in the game still. You know, he got out of a tough jam, you know, executing a sinker down, getting some ground balls when he needed to. So overall, I thought it was a great outing for Cade.
It was the toughest outing.
Yeah, I agree. Cade Morris has been throwing the ball well.
Yep.
He got the 1 start, but down with the Aviators been throwing the ball well. And other than giving up the 1 run, you know, we've been hearing the reports. Hey, this guy's coming and he can pitch. He showed you that tonight.
And I wanted to see, you know, how the ball was coming out of his hand tonight. I wanted to see what his numbers were ticking up to, and he was 96, throwing the ball good. He had some good spots that he pitched. I believe it was 3 innings, and he kept the team right there, so that's what you want to do with him. This was a development process for Cade as well, and I think he learned a lot from tonight, Townie, and pitching against the Dodgers.
All right, let's go back into the clubhouse, and let's hear from Gage Jump.
It's frustrating, you know, offense. After I gave up 2, we put up 3, and then, you know, I just couldn't hold it. So, yeah, frustrating.
Well, in anticipation of this game, you know, you knew you had to face this kind of a lineup, this kind of a team. You had any kind of extra adrenaline pumping or nervousness, anything like that?
No. You know, my job is to go out and compete and win games. I don't care who the other team is. Just got to be better.
Yeah, I understand you didn't have your best stuff. Could you talk about this? 2 or 3 pitches maybe missing with those?
Yeah, just missing all around, falling behind. It's hard to pitch like that.
Now you're obviously on a pretty good stretch coming in here. I don't know if it makes it any easier, but how do you kind of take a outing like this and kind of work towards your next outing?
Yeah, I think just learn from it. Learn from it and then flush it and be better next time out.
Yeah, and Ohtani was 0 for 3 against you. Any special emphasis the way you face him? Because he usually kills all pitchers. Ohtani.
Yeah, I mean, Muncy hit a home run off me, so I don't know, still lost.
Yeah, it's been a long day. It's kind of been surreal getting the call in the morning and hearing that you're going to the big leagues and then hearing a couple hours later that you're starting a big league game. But it's been a whirlwind, but it was a ton of fun tonight.
Not only to get your first hit, but 3 hits as well. Just what was the feeling like just after today?
All right, yeah, to get the first one out of the way in the first at bat, just kind of easing some of those nerves and just allow me to go out and just continue to compete in the next at bats.
This call came as a surprise to you, Jason, or you were expecting a call?
I mean, just the competitive nature, always expecting a call, but it definitely came as a surprise, waking up, getting the call, but I'm always got to be ready for it.
You said it was a long day. When you look back on this day 5 years from now, what is going to stand out to you?
That was the best day of my life, getting to achieve a lifelong dream of mine and just thinking about all the people that supported me along the way.
Was family here at all? Did they make it in time?
They weren't able to make it, just very short notice and everything, but I think they'll be here for tomorrow's game, so looking forward to them being here.
You guys are kind of beat up right now. Just injured list is pretty long. Just are you trying to contribute the best way you can, or is it just anybody steps up on any given day?
Absolutely. I was talking to Bobby and just knowing this is the highest level you can get to. So your personal accolades, your personal stats, nothing matters, It's all about the team. You go out there and you try to win for the team, do what you can for the team, help them win.
We heard you landed just a couple hours before the game, and then you come up in your first at-bat in that second inning with 2 guys on, get the RBI. How much adrenaline was going through you there in that at-bat in that big spot to tie the game?
Probably the most adrenaline I felt in my life, In a way, I'm kind of glad that I got the call such short notice, because if they would have told me last night, I wouldn't have slept a lick. So, but it was great.
I was like, did you fly out with AAA and then flew back?
Yeah, I was in Utah this morning, so coming back to Sacramento, being here with the big leagues was awesome.
Like Freddie came over and said something to you after the first hit, and then you talked to Mookie and Freddie on that challenge. Just how cool is it, just kind of interacting with those guys?
It's just surreal, You play with these guys in video games, and you get to be on the field talking with them. So, just guys I've watched my whole life, just loving the game of baseball and just being on the field with them, hearing them congratulate me. Great guys, the entire team over there. So it was really cool.
What did Freddie say when you got?
Man, that is awesome.
What a day.
Flies to Utah last night with the Aviators, flies back here and gets 3 hits in his debut.
Yep.
Didn't know he was starting. Come on.
Amazing.
Best day of his life.
Yeah.
He just said it. That's what it's all about. All righty, what do we got tomorrow? We got Jeffrey Springs against Justin Robleski. Robleski, this guy's having an unbelievable year. You know what round he went in?